So I'm going to ask some questions about Tara, right? Her disappearance, her missing, as in the questions. What could have possibly occurred? What could have happened, right? People question, but not enough people question. Like, subscribe, ID in the Discovery Channel. Yes, ID in the Discovery Channel. The links are provided below. Get that Discovery Go app as well as the ID Go app. You might want to get those two things and combine them into one. I'm a Discovery influencer. That's indeed a fact. So, Tara, right, was last seen on September 20th, 1988, riding her mother's bicycle, right? Her bicycle was damaged. That's why she was riding her mother's bicycle. Tara left home, New Mexico, the location, New Mexico, right? Before going on her bike ride. Before disappearance, Tara was last seen riding her mother's bicycle once again along Highway 47, Valencia County, around 11:45 a.m. Tara was known to bike Highway 47 daily during her 36-mile ride, right? At time of disappearance, Tara was 19 years old. Questions, various questions, right? The kidnapper, right? The kidnapper placed the photo of two kidnapped victims in the parking lot 1600 miles. Was that a kidnapper? People question, some people don't. As I said this before, right? Possible kidnapping of Tara, right? Possible kidnapping of a child, right? Did the kidnapper place the photo? Who placed a photo in a parking lot of two victims 1600 miles away from where Tara went missing? Child in the photo, Tara in the photo, right? Child in the photo, Tara in the photo. So maybe 1600 miles away from where Tara was kidnapped, could that be the possible location of where she and the young child, how the child was young at that time, are they or were they located at that place? 1600 miles away from disappearance, Tara, right? Why was the photo placed in the parking lot for someone to find? Why, right? Location, Florida, right? But there's question of if Tara, right, as well as a young child, Albuquerque, if that's the possible location of where they were placed, right? Are they alive? Are they dead, right? Bodies. Why would they still be hiding out at this age? How they're grown now, right? Is Tara in Albuquerque, which is 34 minutes away from where Tara went missing? The young child, right? Child being grown now, right? Tara being grown now, fully grown, right? If the child's alive, why would he be hiding out today as a grown man, right? That's the question. If he's dead, I just asked that, just mentioned that, right? If he's alive, wouldn't he remember that he was kidnapped? Wouldn't he remember that he was a kidnap victim, right? If he's alive enough to reach out to law enforcement, right? Grown people hiding out. Did he want to leave? Did he leave on his own accord? Why was he in the photograph? That's why I just asked that, right? If Tara was in the photograph with the book beside her, how did the kidnapper know the book was Tara's favorite book? Did Tara carry her favorite book around with her, and why? Did Tara carry her favorite book with her on the day she was kidnapped? If she was kidnapped. If the kidnapper know the book was Tara's favorite book, then it sounds personal. Why would a kidnapper place her book, her favorite book, next to her at side, right? Tara's book placed at her side does seem personal. I just mentioned that twice, right? The book is gothic horror. Something horror, as in the message, how she's laying in the vehicle, right? Looks like she's laying in the bed, but it's vehicle, right? To know that that was Tara's favorite book, if that was Tara in the photograph, right? The gothic horror book. That's like sending a message. The book was a gothic horror book, right? Spills of kidnapping, spills of possible rape, spills of possible killing, right? Could the child have been killed? Could Tara have been killed, right? Tara, not Kara. Tara, right? Was Tara or her mother stalked during a bike ride, right? Was she, yes, stalked during a bike ride? Was her mother at any time stalked during a bike ride, right? Tara's favorite book in the photo points to a possible stalker. Could the book point to a possible stalker? How you'd question that, right? Kidnapper. Didn't the mother mention that there was a possible kidnapper that creeped her out during her bike ride, and that's why she stopped riding her bike, right? Riding at different times, not riding at different times. The mother mentioned a possible stalker, right? Where the mother was creeped out, right? That too could point to Tara's kidnap, right? Same as a young child, right? Tara, was she raped? I just asked that. Kidnappers kidnapping Tara, right? Was Tara left for dead anywhere? Same with the child in the photograph. If they too were in the photograph. If both of them, the photograph, because the photograph has so many questions, as in you'd ask so many questions. So the photograph was found 1,600 miles away from where Tara disappeared, right? Questions over the photo. If Tara was in the photo, then why was her favorite book placed at her side? How I just asked that, right? What would the book symbolize as the book is placed at side, right? Kidnappers leaving a message by ways of symbology, a book. Same with the tape on their lips, right? But more so the book. The book, I'll get to that in a minute, how the book was about possible rape and murder, right? So whoever placed the book at side, leaving clues, right? Possible rape, possible killing, right? I asked if a stalker kidnaps, right? If Tara is in the photo, then that would mean she, let me see, possible hit and run, right? Because that was in question as well. If Tara is in the photo, then that would mean she possibly wasn't hit and killed by a motorist, right? Or riding her bike. The photo spells kidnap more so in a sense, and not hit and run. Not a killing, not her being killed by hit and run, right? How tragic that is. Why would Tara be seen laying in a vehicle with the tape over her lips if she was hit and killed by a motorist, right? The story, how that doesn't align, right? You're laying in a vehicle, right? In a photograph, if that's you, if that's Tara, right? How does that align to a story of her being killed, hit and run accident, right? Of Tara on her bike. Somebody hit her and killed her, then why is she in a photograph if that's her, right? Same with the young child. How nobody knows the young child's identity. He was a young child at that time, but he's grown now, right? The identity of the young boy that was in the photo, right? In the vehicle. Them laying in the vehicle, right? Yes, because what's the reason for the photograph? If Tara is in the photograph, what does the young child in the photograph have to do with Tara's disappearance? And what does her disappearance have to do with his disappearance? Right? It's odd that a kidnapper would place a child in the same photo of the female he kidnapped. Were both victims raped? Did the kidnapped victims' age difference? The kidnapped victims' age difference. How people notice things and other people don't. There's an age difference. He was a young boy, right? She was in her teens. Why would a kidnapper kidnap a young child but also kidnap someone her age? A big age difference, right? Is and was the child in the photograph to point to a specific location of the child or Tara, right? Is the child in a photograph a clue to point to a location of where the kidnapper could have taken both of them? I asked that once again. Why is the age difference? The age difference, right? Because even that would tell the type of kidnapper. Young child, but then there's also a teenager in the photo. Tara's age, right? Why did the kidnapper snap a photo of the female and the child? What was his or her intentions? What type of kidnapper kidnaps a young child and a female older than the young child, right? Is there any type of kidnapper who kidnaps young children not related to older kidnap victims? How Tara was older than him. That would also tell you what type of kidnapper he was, right? The child in the photo can't tell, yes, can help pinpoint what type of kidnapper he or she was. Because some might think that the kidnapper may have been a male. Maybe the kidnapper was a female, right? The young child, whose child was that? Was that the child of the kidnapper? How some would question and others wouldn't. Maybe that was a setup. Who knows, right? The child in the photo, whose child was that in the photo? Was that a kidnapper, right? Did the child belong to the kidnapper, right? How there's tape on their lips, right? And how Tara's in the photo, but so is some young child, but we don't know the young child's identity, but it's questionable if that was Tara, right? Was that the kidnapper's child? And was that a setup? Is that why the book was on the side of Tara, right? People question, some don't, right? The child in the photo, right? Anybody question that? Was a child killed if that was not the kidnapper's child? You can do a setup where you can place your own child in a photo and have tape on the lips where you can't tell the identity of the child. People question that far, right? Why are pillows in the vehicle in which the kidnapped victims are laying upon? Why are they laying on the blankets, right? Did they go on a trip or road trip? How it was found out pertaining to a trip, right? Blankets and pillows in the photograph, right? Is that why pillows and blankets are in the vehicle in which the kidnapped victims are laying on? Trip, taking a trip to know they traveled 1,600 miles away, if that did happen, right? The photograph was found 1,600 miles away, so you would question the pillows in the vehicle and you would question the blankets in which the two kidnapped victims are laying on. Question the pillows and question the blankets, right? What use are pillows and blankets for kidnappers, right, in his vehicle or in her vehicle, as he or she kidnaps a young child and female older than the child seen in the victim? That's Tara, right? Once you see pillows and blankets, what was the use by the kidnappers of the pillows and blankets of the victims while they lay in the vehicle, right? If that's Tara in the photo, the book doesn't match the young child, right, laying next to Tara because it points to symbology. There's a symbolism pertaining to that book next to Tara, if that is she. But the book really doesn't point to the young child. So that's where you start to question the message, as in what was the reason and intention for that young child being placed next to her. How even if Tara was killed, where even killers leave messages behind, place the young child next to her as a message, right? Because whoever kidnapped them could have easily left the child out of the photo. But it shows once again the kidnapper was trying to send a message to the public, and that's why the child is in the photo, not just Tara. So the child is, yes, the child represents a message as well. That's for the public to figure out, right? Items placed next to Tara, if that were she, right? Them laying on blankets, laying on pillows, taking 1,600-mile trips or road trips, right? Where photographs are found in parking lots. People don't question enough. Tape over both kidnapped victims' lips would prevent them both from talking to one another. He's a young boy at the time he was, and she's older, right? At the time she was in the photograph, right? Once you tape their lips, then they wouldn't be able to talk to one another. They wouldn't even be able to, run away or anything, right? You're going to kidnapper tape their lips, right? Male or female kidnapper. Did they question if it were a female? Was it a male or was it a female? It was said that a male was seen before the photograph was found, right? Tape over the lips, right? A child wouldn't be able to talk to Tara if they both have tape over their lips. They also wouldn't be able to, flee or run away, right? That would have prevented them from escaping the kidnapper. So their bound hands, that more so, yes, escaping, right? No escape from a kidnapper if your arms are bound. More so your lips, because then you can't pass information, right? Yes. They wouldn't be able to talk to one another enough to exchange information to one another, right? If they couldn't talk, no. She wouldn't be able to get information from him, and he wouldn't be able to get information from her. Lips being sealed. Because for them to exchange information, that's how people get free. That's how people, yes, leave or become rescued from kidnappers. It's a message behind the tape lips. So, dear viewers, let me know what you think and feel about this video. May you enjoy your day. I will, in fact, enjoy mine, and I'm gone for now. 1.